Hi and welcome to Winners Corner. Romme Racetrack is the place to be if you would like to watch this Sunday's Grand Slam 75 races live. Of course, we also have a jackpot this Sunday, which makes it very much more interesting, Mike. And what do you think of the round?
It's a pretty tricky round. A couple of the legs are extremely low quality on the horses, and several have pretty uneven fields. So thanks to the jackpot, I'm hoping for a relatively nice payout, but otherwise there's a big risk a couple of the favorites are too strong.
Very well then, we're going to start off with a win bet in race 4. It equals the first leg in the Grand Slam 75 round and is a sprint race for mares. And how do you want to open up this day now, Mike?
I'm going to solve this very easily. Number 1, I Can Hear You is fast enough to take the lead, and after that I think the race is over. I Can Hear You comes with good form. The trainer is the sister of Oscar Anderson, and she's really got her horses performing well every time they're out on the track. And Oscar Anderson, of course, driving real well. As I said, from the lead here, I don't think any of the other horses have it in them to beat I Can Hear You from the outside. So this is a wire-to-wire written all over it.
So a win bet here in race 4 on horse number 1, I Can Hear You. We make a jump to race 7. It's the 4th leg in the GS 75 round. It's an apprentice driver's race. Quite evenly betted at this point, Mike, but I assume that you've managed to single out a winner for us.
Yeah, this is one of the low-grade races. Very even field, even in low quality. But number 6, BBS Hudson, is going to be my winner here. I think this one will give us fairly decent odds, and I like the way the horse performed last time. Has only won 2 out of 10 races, but last time the horse was first over all through the trip, never looked like a winner except crossing the wire, managed to hold off there, and I like the way the horse fought all the way to the wire. Seems to be strong and seems the horse can do a bit of work. So in such a low quality race, I think it's possible for the horse to win even from the outside position.
So a win bet here in race 7 on horse number 6, BBS Hudson. We turn the page to race 8, GS 75-5, and we have a big favorite here in number 7, Napa Scar. Most likely he will become the biggest favorite of the day, Mike, and naturally you are going against him.
As usual. I'm going to go for number 5, Queer Fish. I think Napa Scar has his work cut out for him because Queer Fish is on the inside and he's probably fast enough to park Napa Scar on the outside. Queer Fish raced really well second to last time back in November, then was away for a couple of months and came back at the end of January and raced okay, was first on the outside, finished 4th and was lacking a race or 2. So I think Queer Fish will be moving up in form for this time. Ulf Eriksson is very fast behind the gate as a driver, and I'm pretty sure his chances to win this race is to take the lead and get Napa Scar on the outside. So that's what I'm betting on. I think there's a big chance, and since Napa Scar is such a big favorite, it's definitely worth betting on.
So a nice win bet here in race 8 on horse number 5, Queerfish, against the big favorite, number 7, Napa Scar. We move on now to the daily double, and we have it as usual when it's Sundays in races 9 and 10. And DD1 is a race of a long distance, 2,640 meters. 4 of the horses stand out a little bit from the rest, horses 2, 6, 10 and 12, Mike. But you've singled out one of them. Can you tell us why?
Well, I like the combination, Oscar Anderson and his sister Ruth. As I said, their horses are racing really well all the time, and Lima Mermaid is the one that has impressed me most in this race. Kind of a tricky post here, of course, and needs a bit of racing luck, but definitely raced nice second to last time when the horse won a V75 race at Romme. I like the way the horse moves without an overcheck and everything, with his head down between his knees. But she seems strong. She seems able to do some work, and I think we could see a fast start to this race. I think several horses are out for the lead, and over this long distance, I think that Lima Mermaid's strength and the stamina will pay off.
DD2 is a race over the sprint distance, 1,640 meters, and we can see that you believe a lot here in the outsider number 7, Kim B. Crown. He's gone off stride, though, Mike, in his last 3 races. So, of course, I wonder why you rate him so high.
Well, 2 of those 3 races were for the previous trainer, Timo Nurmos. Last time the horse came back for new trainer, Thomas Pettersson, looked really nice, but went off stride through the first turn. But looked nice coming into the race and the first few 100 meters there. I don't know if you remember Kimby Crown, but this was a very promising horse for Timo Nurmos once upon a time. Won 6 races early in his career, and coming back from injury now, I'm hoping that the horse stays trotting. Everybody seems to have forgotten this horse, so that the odds are going to be very high. So it's worth taking a chance on Kimby Crown. But of course, there is a risk he goes off stride again. That's always taken. But I've got a good feeling.
And as always, when Mike is making the daily double, we have one single combination with good value to it. We move on now to the Grand Slam 75 round, and this Sunday it has some extra value to it since we have a jackpot. And Mike here, he's been working hard as usual to try to help us, and this is how he does it. 3 bankers, and we've talked about all of them. Number 4, I Can Hear You in the first leg. Number 5, Queerfish in the 5th leg. Number 10, Lima Mermaid in the 6th leg. Which one of these 3 are you most nervous about?
Lima Mermaid, I would say, because of the post. Needs a bit of luck. The other ones can do the work on their own. Bet the other ones are going to go to the lead and stay there. But Lima Mermaid has to go around other horses, and that's always a bit dangerous.
We have 2 more races to go through. The second leg, we can see that you mark all horses, despite the fact that this is the race where we find the second biggest favorite of the day in number 6, Victoria Tilly. What made you decide to take all horses here?
It's such a low-grade race. I mean, these horses don't usually win races. Almost all of them have 1 or 2 wins at most, or most of them 0 wins in their career. This is more a competition of who fails to make it last to the wire. With low-grade races like this, anything can happen. Number 6, if that one takes the lead, yes, of course, but I think that she's not really fast enough to take the lead on her own, and in that case, she's definitely vulnerable.
So let's hope here then for a real big outsider to win. One race left to discuss, and that is the third leg. It's a race of a sprint distance, and you mark 4 horses here, Mark. Which one is the most interesting one according to you?
Most interesting one is the outsider number 12, Höstbo Dennis. This one's really low on the percentages and not all that bad. Doesn't win very often, 2 wins and 6th time in second place, so doesn't really have the head on him, but he's a fairly decent racehorse, a consistent 28, 29 performer. Second to last time, he raced good in the lead there, got beat as usual, but seemed to be in good form. Last time he went off stride, but according to the trainer, he's in the form of his life, and that's always worth betting on. And he's really low on the percentages in the early bets, at least.
We've been through all races now. Anything you'd like to add about your system, and maybe about the last race where we can see that you add on 4 horses to your previous DD banker, Kimby Crown?
Yeah, Kimby Crown is a bit dangerous to bank since the horse has gone off stride. I want to see him stay trotting for his new trainer, but at such low percentage, Kimby Crown is the most interesting one in that race, at least.
480 combinations is what we have for this Sunday's Grand Slam 75 system. Of course, you find much more information on our website, swedishhorseracing.com. And with that, best of luck now with your bets this Sunday. Bye-bye.